Hey everyone, welcome back to In the Alley. My name is Cody. Glad you guys are back for another video. One final preview to do for week 16, and it's a doozy. So I won't keep us waiting any longer. Let's dive into it. Alright, so let's get it going for the only game on Monday Night Football. It's been a little while since we've had a Monday Night Football game, but anyway, 8:05 p.m. Central Time kickoff on the Indoor Football League Network. Number 1 versus number 2 in the Western Conference, the 10-2 Bay Area Panthers taking on the San Diego Strikeforce in Oceanside, California. We'll talk about the venue in a second. This should be fun. Bay Area has won the previous 2 meetings this season, and they do not meet 4 times like they did last season. Well, 5 times, but still. This should be a fun game. This is the final meeting between the 2 teams until maybe the playoffs, ? We'll see what happens when it comes to that. But let's talk about our season stat leaders and everything. Passing yards, Josh Jones, 138 of 232, 1,466 yards, 29 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. Nate Davis, 165 of 257, 1,743 yards, 30 touchdowns and 10 picks. Rushing leaders, Josh Jones, 140 carries, 561 yards and 15 touchdowns. And Edward Vander, 88 carries, 326 yards and 15 touchdowns on the ground. Receiving leaders, Josh Tomas, 38 catches, 462 yards and 6 touchdowns. And Dallas Daniels for San Diego, 34 catches, 353 yards and 10 receiving touchdowns. Injury report, not too much to report on the Bay Area side of things for San Diego. Trayvon Van has been added and a couple players taken off there, but other than that, not really much when it comes to the injury report. Just a couple, one or two to talk about. Taking a look at the game odds here, we have an over-under of 85.5 with San Diego, the home underdog, plus 5.5 at home, plus 164 if you want to bet them straight up on the money line, minus 198 for Bay Area, and as the road favorite of minus 5.5. We are in Front Wave Arena in Oceanside, California, and if I'm not mistaken, the previous meetings these 2 teams have had were both in Bay Area, so now we're coming over to San Diego for our only meeting between these teams. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't have the schedule in front of me, but I think that's correct. And our series head-to-head, 8-3 in favor of Bay Area, with their last meeting being Week 7, Bay Area winning at 57-34, so not too close of that one. We'll see if we can piece together a closer game in this one, but got to talk about our 25-man rosters, our bet and prediction. We'll move on. All right, let's take a look at the 25-man rosters as they pop up over my face, starting with the away side first. For Bay Area, your quarterbacks, Josh Jones and Liam Thompson, with Jones being your starting quarterback, Thompson being your backup. No running backs. They don't run running backs. And your wide receivers for Bay Area, Josh Tomas, Tosin Oyakhilome, Tyrese Chambers, B.K. Smith Jr., Trayvon Alexander, and Trey Goodman. Your offensive line being Christian Coulter, Sidney Walker, Jamie Navarro, and Devin Salter. For the defensive side of the ball, Tavon Grant, Jonathan Ross, Morris Joseph Jr., and E.J. Anai. For the linebackers, B.J. Tafalele and Wes Bowers. And in the secondary for the Panthers, Trey Meadows, Tyler Watson, Joe Fouché, Frankie West Jr., Landry Mavungu, and Tyrese Wright, with Axel Perez being your kicker. Over to the San Diego side of things, for your quarterback, Nate Davis is going to be your starter. Rudy Johnson going to be your backup / jack of all trades. We'll see if he gets more game action than he's gotten in the last couple of games. He was kind of do it all, but maybe working his way back into it. Anyway, running backs, Edward Vander. Wide receivers, Dallas Daniels, Jalen Sample, John Maldonado, Javian Lofton-Wilson, and new signee Shane Hooks. Offensive line, Christian Olmstead, Jalen Booth, Josh Castro, and Jake Sines. Defensive line, Wallace Cowens, Afanye Maye, Karat Garland, Jackson Cravens, and new signee, former Massachusetts Pirate, Guy Thomas. So that's a big boost to that defensive line. Linebacker, Royce C., and in the secondary, Cyrus Fagan, Devin Hafford, Tyreek Lewis, Draco Statham, he's coming off of short-term injured reserve, Atoa Fox, Elijah Reed, and your kicker being Ernesto Lacayo. And that is your 25-man roster for the Bay Area Panthers, your 25-man roster for the San Diego Strikeforce. Let's go take a look at our bet and our prediction and gather what we can for it, and we'll get out of here. All right, bet and prediction time. I'm going to go -5.5 for Bay Area, and that doesn't sound like some fireworks, but maybe we can have a closer game even if the bet dies, because Saturday wasn't too much of fireworks, Thursday wasn't too much of fireworks, just some blowouts, all things considered. So hopefully this one's a little bit closer. The spread doesn't necessarily say so, but we'll kind of see how it goes along with it. Both these teams fighting for the number 1 seed, and regardless if San Diego wins it, if San Diego wins this game, the 1 seed doesn't change. San Diego just moves closer with it. And I think if what the rumors say are true, if San Diego wins this game, they're still down 2-1 in the head-to-head. If they have the same record at the end of the season, I think Bay Area still gets it. So I think San Diego needs a lot of help if they want to secure that number 1 seed. Now, I haven't heard anything official that the tiebreakers and stuff are changing, so it could still be based on conference win percentage. We'll just take that as it comes. But yeah, -5.5. I think Bay Area just has a little bit more firepower. However, San Diego has been very, very good at home in their brand new arena. It has paid dividends for them. They have looked very, very good. And all things considered, San Diego at 8-4 with 2 of their losses being to Bay Area. Everything else, they're 8-2. So I'm happy to be wrong about the prediction I made earlier this season of not thinking San Diego would make the playoffs. Happy to be proven wrong there. They're really in it here. So for San Diego to win this game, it's easy. You have to stop Josh Tomas. You have to stop Josh Jones. And I know there's plenty of other weapons out there for them to get the ball out to, whether it's Oye Ekonmi, whether it's Trayvon Alexander, Tyrese Chambers, whoever the case could be. They have a lot of skill. The defense is also very, very good. We know what San Diego is capable of. They're going to throw the ball a little bit more than they're going to run the ball. It just kind of comes down to, can Bay Area's secondary shut down the receiving game of San Diego? And then can San Diego's defense kind of shut down whatever? I don't want to say it's a two-headed monster, but again, Josh Jones and Josh Tomas will run the ball like crazy. There'll be other guys that run the ball too. But, you have to look out for Tomas in the passing game. You also have to look out for Tyrese Chambers streaking down the sideline. You got a couple of guys that are speedsters that they can just burn you deep. So with that, I think Bay Area just has a little bit more firepower. Now, I'm not surprised at all if San Diego pulls the upset here. But for all things considered, I think the defensive secondary with Joe Fouché and Tyler Watson, I think they have a better way of shutting down a player, and it's no knock, but a player like Shane Hooks, who's just got signed. I don't even know if he's going to suit up, or a player like Javian Lofton Wilson. Again, it's just like, it's one of those things. So Jalen Samples played really, really well. We'll see. And again, it's no knock on those wide receivers. If they can burn them deep, kudos. Mad respect to them. They've never lost it. But anyway, that's where I have it. I do think Bay Area is going to be able to get a little bit better. Maybe San Diego's defense with Guy Thomas coming over, maybe that helps out, Guy Thomas and Wallace Cowens and everything like that. But man, it's hard to get a gauge on this one. But both times that Bay Area has played San Diego, Bay Area has won. They've won convincingly, and it's not just against San Diego. I think every game has gone -5.5 for Bay Area except their game against Tulsa. I might have to fact check that, but it's pretty damn close to that -5.5 or more. Bay Area has just been on a tear, so I got to keep riding that. It's no knock on San Diego, and if they pull the upset, again, mad props and kudos to them. But Bay Area is just a buzzsaw this season. So with that, I don't think I told my prediction here. I'll get it out of the way really quick at the very end here. 50-43, 7-point victory. It could be closer than that. It could be further than that. We just don't really know. But that's where I have it. I have 50-43. Bay Area takes the victory, -5.5 for the spread. Let's hope for a close game. Let's hope for a back and forth. Maybe it gets lower. Maybe you bet the under. We have a nice little defensive struggle fest going on there. Or maybe it's just points. We have no idea. But yeah, I'm hoping for something good since the other 2 games this week have been clunkers. Let's hope for it. Anyway, there's your bet, 50-43. Well, there's your prediction, 50-43. There's your bet, -5.5 for Bay Area. Let's wrap up and get out of here. And that is it for our final preview for Week 16 Monday night action between the Bay Area Panthers and the San Diego Strikeforce. Looking forward to it. It should be a very, very fun game. Hoping to get this one out, early in the morning before kickoff. So you got a couple hours to, take your time to watch this. It's probably only going to be a 15-minute video or so. But anyway, with that being said, I'm going to take off here, guys. Love and appreciate every single one of you. If you feel so inclined and want to and haven't already, like, comment, share, subscribe. If you don't, cool. I don't care. But yeah, with that, I'm going to take off here. We got a recap to do after this. I'll hopefully get that out soon. And then we just go right into Week 17. I've got a video coming out. I'm going to record it in the next couple of days, dealing with kind of just how the season's gone in the Indoor Football League, all the ins and outs, and how the games have gone with everything else, or lack thereof, hint, hint, with everything kind of behind the scenes or what you're not seeing. So with that, just kind of take that. But anyway, I'm going to take off for you guys. Again, love and appreciate every single one of you. I will catch you guys on the recap as we head into the home stretch with Week 17. Till then, see you.